Good afternoon and welcome to More Than Meets the Eye. I'm your host, Blind Prime, and for today we're going to be talking about Crossbar from Transformers Legacy Evolution. Crossbar is the next member of the Junkyons. Why do I say Wreckers when I mean Junkyons? I guess because I think Rex and Junk together. Anyway, I wonder if any of the Wreckers had eventually become Junkyons because I got so destroyed. Now that would be a fun story. Resurrection of the Wrecker. Anyway, so this is Crossbar. He's one of the newer Junkyons. He's weird too, but not in a bad way. It's just really unique way of doing this guy. They found a really odd transformation for him, and he has a really cool vehicle mode, and he's a really neat robot mode too. I like the fact these weird speakers on his chest. I don't know what they are, but they feel like they're just big speakers. You got one there, you got one there and there, and like if you get a couple of these guys together, you could create like a boombox system or something. That's at least that's what I feel from this. I feel like it's a giant amp. Like he's turned his core body into an amp, and like you can take everything off his arms and legs, and all you're left with is his head and this amp. And I think that's really weird but also kind of neat. That's definitely a different front texture for a transformer. That is the most unique front transformer, the chest piece for a transformer I felt in a long time on this channel. And it's really weird, but it feels like Mickey Mouse too. You got tiny circle, and then at the between them and below them you have big circles. So he's got a Mickey Mouse on his chest. I don't know why he's got a Mickey Mouse on his chest, but he's got a Mickey Mouse on his chest, and it's just weird. They could have made it not Mickey Mouse. I don't know why they went with the Mickey Mouse shape. But anyway, that's enough about his chest. It's really odd. It's got a couple of rectangular pieces underneath the two small circles that feel like those big venti things that you get in some of the speakers that produce that nice subwoofer noise. Whoa, 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 whoa. That's what those feel like. Uh, he's got two subwoofers. That's my content on what his chest is made of. I could be completely wrong on that. So let's get into articulation and then accessories. Well, actually, let's do accessories first because some of them interfere with articulation when they're applied. So we'll go ahead and remove all four of his accessories. He only comes with four, and it's kind of a shame. But then you remember he's also a weaponizer, so his arms and legs can become things too. So he comes with these two big honking things, but we'll talk about them in a second. Let's just talk about the easy thing to describe first, and that easy thing to describe are these pipes. He comes with two um, little pipes, one on each. So for one on each side of the motorcycle, these are the exhaust pipes for the motorcycle. But they're pretty nice. They got some really great sculpt work to them. I do like the vent going on there, the rough texture. How this is a vented pipe. That's really cool. I really like it. And I'm still trying to figure out what some of these connection points on this thing are for because it's got an odd feel to it. And overall, it's a very short pipe. It's not as long as see, I've got no. That's Nature's Prime. Where'd you go? I know I set you up over here. The other Junkyon, I can't remember his name right now. Scrapper maybe? No. Uh, that's something else. Oh, are you over here? You're over here. Okay, so he came with pipes too. And we're going to look at his pipes real quick and compare them. So he has different exhaust pipes as soon as I remember where I put them on the transformer. Okay, that's not him. And that's not them. Oh, is that it? Yeah. Okay, cool. Here's the pipe. It's just kind of hidden. All right, so he comes with pipes on the plural. Each one of his is three pipes, and each one of Crossbar's is only one pipe. But they are about the same length. Look at that. They're actually very similar to one another to the point where you could probably just cross over and put the these really neat sweeping pipes on Crossbar, and then take the Crossbar's really big clunky pipes and put them on this tow truck guy. I think that would be kind of neat. Let's put that back in that spot. There we go. All right, set that off to the side. Okay, so that's the pipes. Here are the weird things. I don't know what these are. These are like some weird engines, but because they've got these two big, one big hole and then one tiny hole underneath it. It feels like they're just engines. or they make up saddlebags for the vehicle mode. Interesting thing about this guy, I didn't find any handlebars. Like, he's named Crossbar, but he doesn't have a crossbar that you can put onto his motorcycle mode. And if he does, then I didn't find that accessory. But there's only 4 accessories that came with him, and neither of them are handlebars. None of them are handlebars at all. And these are some saddlebags, and these are some pipes for the lower end of the motorcycle. And the saddlebags are important in the transformation because they keep everything together. These, and they're just weird. They have 1, 2, 3 4 siege pegs on them. They're just pegs galore, and they only have 1 port on them, sadly. It is a missed opportunity when you see all this area that they could have turned into another siege port right by that peg or something like that. Yeah, it would have been cool to put a siege port there and right beside the peg on the side of the saddlebag thing. And when you put a gun there, it could rest on top of the peg. That would have been cool. I would have liked that. But that's just a sad missed opportunity right there. But yeah, these things are just kind of long, but they're just mainly just big rectangles with a stick on the end of them. That's all. They're just weird. They are very necessary for the transformation, though. At least the transformation that I do. I may be doing the wrong transformation. So, that's the accessories. Let's get into the robot now. This robot has got some good articulation. He has surprised me with his articulation. So his arm can raise up about 90 degrees. He can also rotate at 360 degrees. He has a big old elbow. Look at that elbow joint. Oh my God. That is a over 90 degree elbow joint right there. That is amazing. It's almost 180 degrees worth of elbow joint. Wow. I don't even know how they managed to do that. Are the 2 joints in there, or just one? It's just one really good one. Yeah, it's just one really good joint. I love it. I think it's really cool. Yeah. Crossbar's got a cross joint. Oh yeah. So that's cool. He's got rotation at the bicep, and his hand can rotate. Isn't that neat? So that's his arm articulations. His head is actually really well articulated for this guy. He can look down decently well. He can look down, and he can look left, he can look right. It's on the ball joint, so he can even crack his head left and right. And because of transformation, though, you can actually cause him to look back really far, because his head pops in for transformation. He plays a scared turtle. Turtle. He's a turtle. He can hide his head in his body. And this one is really a lot better than other Transformers that have had the whole thing of hiding the head in the chest by pushing it down. This guy's got a bar hinge under there that allows for a different type of connection. And this guy's held in by that bar hinge. When you push down, you unclip it from its mountings, and then it will sink in, but then you can pull it up and it click back into place, and it's got a nice satisfying click. It's one of the best pop the head in and out of the chest things I've seen so far since I've started this channel. And again, we haven't come across many Transformers that their heads go into their core of their body. Usually they do other things. So that's that. Now let's get over here. The waist can rotate 360 degrees. Look at that waist rotation. Oh my. Oh my. All right. And then we can raise the leg up on the side over 90 degrees. Look at that. Can you balance? I love it whenever they can balance. I always think that's just the funnest thing in the world. So you raise that arm up to follow the leg, and it doesn't want to balance. And it doesn't want to balance. Maybe if this arm is lowered down. Let's see. This arm lowered down. Cream? No. Sugar, what are you getting into? I called you the wrong cat. Now, you know which one gets into stuff by how I just said that. Ah, there we go. If I lower the wheel down, so we're going to spit him sideways, and hopefully I don't screw it up. Oh, I screwed it up. I screwed it up. I screwed it up bad. I screwed it up bad. It's not working anymore. It's not doing the thing. It's not doing the thing. Okay. So you can pose it, but these leg, for my guy, the feet joint is, the foot joint is very loose. The feet joint, good grief. The foot joint is very loose there. Otherwise, that is some great hip articulation going on there. You can also kick his foot up a little more than a 90. Ooh. And you can, nuts. He's a pirate now. Oh, let's see. Here's the, Ah, there it is. I lost the peg for his leg for a second there. Okay, so there we go. All right, his knee is just a 90, and his foot can rotate to do that typical thing that the feet of the characters do, the ankle tilt, that really nice ankle tilt we see a lot of. Other than that, this guy, that's it for articulation for him. He's a bit on a weird side on the articulation, but he is highly articulate. And just I wish some of these joints in his feet were a bit stiffer to allow for more ease of movement there. And overall, that is decent articulation for a deluxe figure. Now let's get into Sculptor, because I just have to say, this guy's got heels. I think maybe it's a female, maybe it's a she. Crossbar could be a female transformer. I mean, there's a bunch of bumps on their chest, and they've got heels. But it is what it is. You can imagine it if you wanted to. I am going to consider Crossbar female, or just a man who likes high heels, I guess. It's really neat. These heels, they're pretty cool, and you can slide the wheel down. The wheel on his back of his leg can actually do a lot of things. Position-wise, you can position it in many ways. If you position it higher, then you allow for a more stable connection there. But if you position it lower, you can actually lock that wheel. I mean, not the wheel, the ankle tilt into place, and that can be important for some things you do. But lowering the wheel does cause the joint at the ankle, the back and forth joint, to loosen, because the wheel's no longer there to help support it. So, 6 in one hand, half dozen in the other when it comes to his legs and those wheels. But those wheels do have some nice textures about them, and I like the fact that they're folded up on the backs of his legs. This guy has done amazing work utilizing the kibble and turning it into robot parts. So, that's his feet. They feel awesome. Each foot is different because each of these legs, the left leg represents the front of the motorcycle and the right leg represents the back of the motorcycle. You can tell because one has that fuel gauge thingy on it and that circle that should be a siege port, but it is not. And then the other one has the texture of a seat on its leg. Yeah, there's a seat right there. And the foot on the seat leg is actually the back of the seat, and the foot on the front leg is actually supposed to be the front of the motorcycle, the headlight thing. So that's pretty neat. Anyway, for most part, let's get him to finish this guy up here. We've got his crotch area. It's got really nice texturing there. They actually did stuff with the upper thighs texture wise. We come up here, we got that cool thing I talked about earlier on the chest. I do love this chest. I think it's got really fun textures. And then we have this really unique head. It's got the ears on either side, like a certain bumblebee. Where you at, Bumblebee? Bumblebee. Oh, here you are. Lazy. Yeah, Bumblebee's ears are smaller, but it's got similar to Bumblebee ears. It actually feels a lot like an enlarged Bumblebee head. But it's got this really big vent on there, and his face itself is actually kind of small, hidden amongst in there. And overall, it's really good. It's really fun. This is an excellent Transformer, and I recommend it, especially if you're trying to get all the Wreckers like I am, because this guy he's a great addition to the Wreckers, and he can be. Well, we'll discuss what you can and can't do with him in the motorcycle mode when we get to Thursday's video. But for now, I think that's all I have to say on Crossbar, an excellent Transformer. I give his robot mode a rating of... Yeah, I'm going to give his robot mode a rating of 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10. And that's only because of the looseness in the lower legs and the inability for him to keep some poses because he would just kind of fall over. But, 8.5. 8.5 out of 10 overall rating. This guy is an excellent action figure in robot mode. He is a great robot. There's no backpack at all to this guy, which is kind of a shame because there is a siege port back there. So that's good. There's 2. Siege ports before I leave you off. Okay, so we've got 1, 2, and then we've got 2 on his back, 1, 2, 1 on each of his shoulders, 3. Right, so That's 4, 5, 6 on his forearms, 7, 8, counting his hands. And then is there 9 and 10? Yep, there's a siege port on each side of the legs. 9, 10, 11, 12, and 13 and 14 on the underside of his feet. 14 siege ports. Oh wow, that's not a actually that's a pretty large number for a character of this size, so that's pretty awesome. He's even got a couple of other things. Siege pegs. He's got 2 siege pegs on his shoulders in the front, or they're just nubbins. They may just be nubbins. Anyway, thanks for watching. I hope you've enjoyed today's episode. Please tune in tomorrow where I will teach you how to transform him from his robot mode into his vehicle mode for the weekly Blindformers episode, and then on Thursday we're going to go over the vehicle mode. Thanks for watching, and please like, share, and subscribe. Your subscriptions go a long way to helping me, your likes go a long way to helping me, and your shares go a long way to helping me. The shares especially, whenever I see a video that I did a couple of days ago and it still only has less than 10 views, I start having a tiny panic attack. So yeah, your shares do help me a lot on the mental scale, so please continue sharing my content. I really, really, really appreciate it. So thanks for watching. Until next Prime, bye-bye for now.